So the pepper steak is done, and I put a wig on my Kango. I just like the Kango. I can go without it, but I prefer the wigs with bangs without a hat. But I'm doing it anyway. Talk about my mom again. Her narcissism and controlling behavior came out while I was making the pepper steak. Now, if you saw my previous video, you saw that I was not wearing a wig, no hat. Wanted to make sure that, no hair goes into my meals because I cook with love and I know how to cook clean and what have you. So, okay, during the pepper steak, I'm proud of it. It is smelling up the house really good, and I wanted to see what my mom is going to think about it. So I said, "Come here, Ma." She was already standing. I wouldn't do that to an 83-year-old woman because she looks like she hurts, like she has arthritis. It's getting worse, and but she has a high tolerance for pain. It's crazy. She broke both her wrists in 2019, I believe it was, and only needed Tylenol. I get a hangnail and I want to cry. I'm definitely not. Definitely, probably more like my dad, but the only thing I knew about dad, because he passed away when I was 5, was that yes, he was stationed in Alaska during the Korean War, and he was there was an earthquake while he was in a porta pot. That's a good story. But I did see him like hurt my mom physically. The mental I didn't understand because I was a toddler, whatever. But I was smart. He made me laugh. He definitely made me laugh. I remember that about him. And I mean, that's my, what I'm, if I wanted to get specific, I remember him just doing stuff to make me laugh. And I'd giggle. I love to giggle. Um, my sister doesn't remember much. She was 3. But my brother, he remembers a lot about my dad because I think, okay, if I was 5, he was definitely 7 going on 8. He had more time. Well, I didn't never in my life known what their relationship was. Not sure. I fear that he also got hurt physically and mentally. He didn't want to turn out like dad. And yet his last days, like his last years, he was bitter. Um, and definitely just not a social person. Well, okay. He's not definitely not a social person. I love people. I love to make people laugh. He when he would hang out with me and my sister and all of us get together, we are the party. It happens all the time when me and my sister go to a party. That I heard a year ago when we had this little celebration of life for him, or that's what I'm going to call it, because I'm never invited over at my sister's best friend's house, even though this I've known her since during she was in my grade, and her I don't know. I'm never invited over there, but the Lions were playing last year, and we were almost. It was like the whole country wanted the Lions to win that Super or at least get to the Super Bowl. Well, I when I went over there, and they're fancy. Like they have, a big 50-inch screen, whatever it is, on this wall, and then a little 33-inch right above their bar. I'm like, damn, this is sweet. A pool table, darts. Like, let's go over here and not pay money for drinks. Just bring your own. Well, when I was there, there was a gentleman there with his girlfriend who I have. We've been on canoe trips together and stuff, and he said that he had heard from one of her friends that they didn't know me, but they said Jennifer's sister tops Jen. And that was great because that means I do at least, I'm a leader. I'm not a follower, and I'm quite witted when someone says something. I can usually end it with a joke and make everyone laugh. I wish I could do this on here, but I'm not having a conversation with someone. I'm just sharing some of my crazy fucking life. Vanilla chai. And let me do a little this. My cousin Anthony Markham, he lives in Kentucky. I think it's video games that this represents, that he's making a video game. If any of you notice, give him a shout out, and I'll let him know that, but this was his merch. So I got free. I got free merch. I have 3 of these and they're different. I'm going to call it a dog because on one it says woof. I love it. So, and I have tea every day. Okay, because of it's a black tea, and because of the caffeine, I usually do my vanilla chai because that's really heavy on the meter, the caffeine meter. Um, in the mornings, it's 3 in the afternoon right now. I had already, like I said, I had chopped up all of the ingredients, all the vegetables yesterday. While I was in a haze of non-sleep, um, actually another Markham called me, and he's my cousin and from West Virginia, and he's a trucker. He said, "Man, you sound like I said don't say it," because he also had been hurt by his egg donor. She's my first cousin. He's now my second cousin. Um, she touched me inappropriately. And this is where my memory, because I have a great long-term memory. It's the short-term memory shit I just can't master. It's probably because, the flower. And I'm getting older too, so I really forget. I'll be in a mid sentence and be like, what? Brain fart. Then I have to ask, what were we talking about? And if someone else is with me and they have also partook in the flower, they are just as confused because it happens. at least at this age, definitely. And but now we'll go back to the topic of my mom. Uh, she had flower one time in her life with my dad in West Virginia. My dad was driving. I love this story. My aunt Okay, this is back when the males sat in the front and the females sat in the back of whatever vehicle they're in. So I believe it had to be in the 60s. I wasn't even thought of. They were driving up a holler, and sometimes a holler will go into a creek. That's really fun to drive up a holler. I have fun on every time. And I'm planning on going to West Virginia sometime. Summer's always the best. It's the best smelling state as long as you're not near someone's meth lab. No, I'm joking on that. But that was the first time I partook in flour was with actually my cousin who hurt me when I was younger because I can't remember if it was before or after my dad died. But I do remember how I got out of it or because I knew it was going to go further. And I got my way out of it. I remember the room. I remember everything about it. What had happened, and I never believed in this. Back in the 90s, there were talk shows, and Sally Jesse Raphael had this talk show about suppressing memories, people that suppress memories. I'm like, that seems stupid. How can you suppress a memory that traumatic? At 19, I've really figured it out. Like, hold on. Yeah, Sally Jesse was around when I turned 18, and for some reason, this memory hit me like a ton of bricks, and I wanted to share it, but I didn't know how. We didn't have social media to share it with randoms, or I know I never told anyone that this happened because I was probably embarrassed and scared, maybe if my dad was alive, scared that he'd kill her. Or and I felt guilty. Like, damn, did I give off some kind of sexuality at that young of an age? Like, no. So before my aunt passed away, I told her. She was not surprised. I finally told my mom probably not long ago, probably about within the past 5 years. And she said, I didn't know. And I said, I know, I'm assuming that my memory, I believe, would have told me um, if my mom knew. I hope it would have. Wow. But I'm not going to think like that because it's not been confirmed. And my mom said she didn't know, you know, but I just can't tell you what year it happened because I don't know if my dad was alive or not. 78 was when he passed away. His birthday is the day before mine. I feel like if he would have lived, I probably would have been his favorite. And maybe my mom feels like that after he passed, that I am a lot like dad because I love making people laugh. But my brother showed signs of my bad dad, like when I didn't approve of what he was doing. Because I knew as a child what was right, what was wrong. When I was being touched, I knew it was wrong. I knew when I saw my mom got hurt, I saw it with my own eyes. I knew it was wrong. Like, it's common sense, but some people don't get that common sense. Some people are not born that way. And there's a hell of a lot of you guys that just weren't born with common sense. Like, geez, listening to the head dementia in charge? Like, come on. You believe everything he says? No, you're just trying to get rich off him. With him. Get rich with him. Sorry. My bad. Mm, that is some good tea. Oh, so vanilla chai in the morning. Here I go rambling. Vanilla chai in the morning, and at night, Earl Grey, but decaf. It tastes the same. Um, it has less, it still has a little caffeine in it, but I think since I've been drinking tea off and on for years, I would flip the coffee, then not, but I have been straight tea before my brother passed. So for a year, I have been buying. First, it was Earl Grey, Earl Grey, Earl Grey, Earl Grey. It's to me, it's the platinum of teas. Then I tried this vanilla chai, and it's made by. Please say it right. Bigelow, because I've looked in other. I don't do Lipton. Lipton is the white trash of tea to me. And I've made Earl Grey sun tea. You put it in a big, like when you get those big pickle jars, you really clean it out because you don't want your tea to taste like pickles. Anyway, and you put tea bags in it and fill it up with water. And in the summer, I'd set it because the sun would come up. Sun comes up from the east. Our my When I lived with my boyfriend, it faced the east. So in the morning, I got morning sun. So I could even set it out overnight because I also would put plastic over the jar lid so nothing could get in it. I wanted no seal, or I mean a very thick seal, um, because those jars, uh, they're not, they're like this thin. So I wanted to add another protective layer. Anywho, the tea would come out delicious. I never added sugar because I would rather people sweeten it their way. They want sugar, add sugar. After I would make sun tea, I would put it in the fridge or pour it into another container so you can pour it out. That's what I would do. But first, I would keep it just like that, to because it's in glass in the fridge, so it'll get cool faster. And then, and I know so many random hacks, it's crazy. But okay, I'm gonna stop here. It's 3 o'clock. Like I said, totally done with um the pepper steak's done. Oh, then my mom comes in there and says something about some cornbread. Well, I'm in the middle of I had already, like I said, chopped up all the vegetables. I'm cooking the meat, and it was no big deal. I made cornbread. And when I started at 10 after 1, started everything, told her I'm going in the kitchen, told her I'm going to start cooking. So, within from 110 to 210, I was almost done. I got done at 2:30 with everything and put my wig on and my hat. But and my sister's coming over in the next hour. she gets off work at 3:45, and they're not. That's another thing. I think my mom liked this job because it's not even a mile away. And she never put miles unless we were going to West Virginia, Cedar Point, or, oh, we've been to Virginia Beach. That was a blast because I was 20 the one year and then 21 the next. She got pissed off because I got my eyebrow pierced. Now I ain't even living with you, Mom. I'm living on my own. And you're still trying to mother me. Like, what the hell? And my sister, by the way, I call her my second mom. All my life, this girl has told me the wrong things I'm doing. But I love her, you know. I dream about her all the time. It's crazy. And I don't dream about my mom too often. I had a dream about my brother a few times, but he's never really he's in the background. I know he's with me, just he's not the main character or main storyline. Yes, I did have a dream about mom. It was all of us, mom, my sister, my brother, and my mom was flying airline, an airplane for an airline, and we ended up in Japan. When I take melatonin, good melatonin, because I think I'm the stuff I bought is just a placebo because I'm not getting the dreams like that. Sometimes I like it, sometimes it's a burden too because I won't sleep because I'm scared of the dream that I might have because I have night terrors too. But I should start sharing some of my dreams because they are so vivid. Like I had a dream once that I was ducking down and there was a tornado nearby, but I could feel the pressure of it trying to take me up. And it's like, oh my God, that has to be what it feels like when you're in a tornado. And one time I had a dream that I was drowning. I gave up in my dream, and I have researched this. I guess when you do drown, you you kind of give up. I don't know, but I don't remember. It was just a dream that I woke up and was like, "Oh my God, I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm not sleeping tonight." Or I'll have dreams that'll affect my mood about other people because either they did me wrong in the dream and I'm like, "Oh hell no," because it feels so real. They're such lucid dreams. It's crazy. And DMT is in our bodies, and that I believe is, I know for a fact DMT pops off in your body when you dream. Wow. And you release it when you die. It's a molecular molecule in us. I would say research it. I did a lot of research, but I know what that is. I know what psilocybin does, and I just had, was it last? No, it wasn't in February. January. It was after my birthday because my birthday is 2 days after my brother's death date, and my best friend, her her daughter's fiance is such a chemist and whatever, and he grows the fungus, the shrooms, I don't know what I'm allowed to say if I am gonna put this on YouTube. He there these particular fungi was I kept saying it to my best friend, like, doesn't it feel like DMT? And but you got to research DMT because it's really actually the beginnings of it. You see, it looks like everything is graph, like a graph, and I was seeing that, and she was too, and I said, and doesn't it feel like you're you can breathe and it's and because it's kind of part of what happens, but you cannot drive while doing DMT. You better be in a safe space because you are not here. You are you're here, but you're not. Your brain is on a journey. I love journeys, I'll just say. It's the closest thing I think I am gonna this is my opinion. What it feels like to die. Or the afterlife. That's what I'm gonna say. It feels like what my afterlife it was just a preemptive little 20-minute trip that was just so beautiful. Beautiful. Now, I heard you could get some bad ones, but I believe it has to do with your mentality. And every time I've tried, and it's been years since I've tried because the one dude doesn't make it anymore. So I don't want him to hurt himself either by making it, and I don't want to make it because it's illegal as F. So is my sister seeing this? Yeah. She's like, I'm going to have to research DMT. Yeah, because it's in you, sis. It's in you, it's in mom. But you guys don't say you don't dream. So maybe your dose is really low. I don't know why I'm laughing about this. It's just I'm more of an enlightened person. I am a free bird. I don't I I hate I'd say I like structure, but for me to be more happy and everything, I live in the moment. I don't live for the future. I don't live in the past. I just have to live in the moment and be joyful and not worry about dying or worry about, whatever. The government, because that's probably what worries me the most. My mom's going to live till probably 90 something. She's a tank. Usually the um I, it's my penance for the crappy shit I've done or things that I feel guilty for. But I did tell my brother that I believe that I'm going to watch all of you pass before me. And he said, why do you believe that? And I went, because I'm not proud of things I've done in my life, and that's my penance. I'm gonna have to watch you guys go first. And so far, it's happened. My mom could be next. I keep going to the gym. I'm trying to eat right. It's the stupid midnight munchies, but I didn't have them last night because I passed out at like 7 and slept till almost probably 9, a good 9, between 9 and 10. And I probably won't sleep tonight. It's how it goes. I never get good sleep every single night. If I'm dreaming, then it means I'm not getting that deep sleep. But and that sucks. That this insomnia is probably the little quiet slayer, like the one that's nobody really hears of someone going to the afterlife because of insomnia. And some people just don't understand. Like, I went 5 days without sleeping once, and that was the craziest. Wild. I tried to sleep. That's the thing. I tried to sleep. I tried Seroquel once. Y'all know, if you've heard of that, they give it to you in jail to shut you up. It had me knocked out, but the side effect on that one is you have midnight munchies. You wake up with food in your bed and you be like, damn, I don't remember that. And the next day, I always felt like I had medicine head, which is like NyQuil head, where you feel like, oh, this medicine's still in me. Get out of me, but now I'm on Trazodone. Yeah. And if you can fight that one too, if you take it and not the correct amount, take stay up an hour on it, and then it goes away. You better go to sleep right away if you want to sleep. I don't know how we got here. I just wanted to rant about my mom being so controlling and telling me what to do, and I didn't ask her. I just told her to come here and look at it. I was so proud. And she's like, you need to drain some of it out. And we make some cornbread. I made it. And it didn't take long. Like I said, it took an hour and 20 minutes for me to get all that done. What was the struggle was yesterday chopping up all the vegetables and marinating the steak. Oh, that was easy. It was chopping up all these effing onions and green pepper. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, I could use the workout. I went to the gym yesterday early, like it wasn't even 8 a.m. And then I'm sore from it, but tomorrow I'm going. Tomorrow's a grocery shopping day, and I prefer to go alone. And at first, when I first started living here, me and mom went together, and I'd wear my headphones because I didn't even want to hear my mom. But she would be, would you want this? You want that? I'll pick it out. Then it was always like an hour and a half deal when I get grocery shopping done because we have a list, and I will definitely get it done within like their back groceries brought in the house within an hour. And with her, it was like an hour and a half. I think 2 hours if you add on driving there and back. So now Wednesdays are my day to go grocery shopping. No one's there. I love it. It's like I have a handicap placard because of mom. Whenever she got the diagnosis lung cancer, the oncology man was like, oh, and I'm gonna. Oh no, she had a caseworker, and I mentioned Something about she could use a handicap. And my sister came to me later and said, I am so glad you asked for that. So when my mom, it's supposed to be whatever vehicle my mom is in. If she's not with me, I'm using it. I had to use, I'm so glad I have it because last week it was raining buckets when I got done grocery shopping. I'm like, oh, what do I do? Now I gotta put all this crap in because I had a case of water. My mom feeds the birds, so I have to get bird stuff. Um, I need my Gatorade Zero, so I needed a bag of ice. So there was a lot, and I don't mind doing it. I actually love it and look forward to Wednesdays. I just hope I get some sleep tonight. That's all. All right, if I come back and share some more, I'll try not to be ranty, and maybe I'll write down what I want to facilitate. But I've got 6 subscribers, and I love each and every one of you. Even the people that don't subscribe that actually watch these, thank you for watching because I don't know. Seeing a view, I don't even care if you like it or not, but I'm not getting monetized. I don't care to. Um, it'd be kind of cool, but nah, unless people really enjoy watching, and I can't see anybody enjoying what the fuck I gotta say. Anyway.